Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, episode 11 review slash recap. Spice getting Rashida on this cast album talking about Rashida is back. Rashida was never here. So Bambi says that her and Ciara haven't been on the best terms. But when she got into it with Amy and Ciara was there, she saw that her and Ciara still love each other and have each other's back. And she sees everything going on with Ciara and her family in the media. So she wanted to meet up with her and talk. So Bambi now wants to apologize to Ciara about not checking on her in the hospital. Bambi is giving me that she's cool with Ciara now because Zell is cool with Ciara now. And also because she's falling out with so many of her other friends this season, like Amy and Carly. Then they get into the whole thing with Ciara's family, and Ciara was just like, yeah, I don't like how my mom took my sister's side. And Bambi was saying she don't like how everything is coming to social media. And earlier in the episode, we had saw a quick clip of Scrappy on the phone with Bambi's mom, and he was just thanking her for helping with the kids, and probably at this point helping Bambi and Scrappy to communicate. But Bambi is telling Ciara that she don't like how her mom be on the phone with Scrappy and be like, hey, son, and all of that. Like, she feel like her mom needs to consider how she feels more. And apparently throughout the years, Bambi and Ciara's mom have formed their own relationship. So Bambi is telling Ciara, like, do you want me to go talk to your mom? And Ciara was like, yeah, I'm cool with that. So Chaotic, Shekinah, and Jessica are in the studio talking about they're the three misfits and they want to prove themselves to be on Spice Cast album. So they're recording a song. It's going to be a mess. And yeah, y'all are the three misfits because y'all all annoying. Jessica always just saying some weird outlandish shit. Shekinah's messy as hell. And Chaotic is very messy for a man. So we see Bambi talking to Ciara's mom. She's really emotional. And then we also see Kirk is still living in a separate house and the kids are coming to check on him like, what's going on with you and mom? Zane talking about Ashley has had an attitude with him since they had a meeting with Michelle, his other baby mom, and he's trying to throw this I'm sorry picnic at the house with her and the kids. Luckily, he ended up taking Ashley out there alone for the picnic because she's a firecracker and I don't think the kids need to hear what she's about to say. Michelle told him to get rid of the I'm sorry balloon, let it fly away. It's getting on her nerves. That's why I said she don't really want to hear this apology, but she's still going to stick around, you know? She going to stay, but keep up the attitude. And like I said last week, he's giving me Stevie J vibes, coming out with this guitar, with this badass singing, just like Stevie J used to do to Mimi, singing this song to Ashley, talking about some stepmom blues. Stop playing with me. Then he said, I'm one of the good guys. Remember Stevie J used to say that? I'm the good guy. Like, I think he's modeling himself after Stevie J at this point. So Amy's in the studio with Spice recording for the cast album, and you could hear in her little song, she's throwing shots at Bambi, saying somebody came out the hot tub, saying, I don't want your man, Bam. I think that's what she said. So she's talking shit. Now remember, Bambi makes music too, so this might get interesting. We might be getting some diss tracks. So Spice is like, tell me exactly what's going on, because she said she also heard Amy saying something about Bambi's gums and about Bambi wanting her leftovers. So Amy lets her know everything about what's going on with her and Bambi, which we already know. So Spice is like, listen, Amy, you also dissing Ciara on the song. I wanted you to perform this song, but I don't want it to be messy where you perform this song in front of the girls. And also, I did ask Bambi to be on the album. Amy telling Spice how she's talking to Scrappy. Everybody wanting her. Don't you know he's back talking to his baby mama number one, Erica. They still have, chemistry in a situation that they need to finish. She's not listening, so whatever happens to Amy with this happens to Amy because she's been warned multiple times. So right now we have Bambi and Ciara taking their moms to this relationship management course together. So they're doing these team building exercises and they get to Bambi's mom talking about how Bambi has an issue with her relationship that she still has with Scrappy. And Bambi's mom basically said, I don't want to be what Mama D is to you, to him. But Bambi was like, Scrap and his whole family have literally tried to destroy me, see me crumble, and she's seen that. So I don't feel like she should still be nice to him. And the example that she gave is that Scrappy has asthma. So her mom would be like, oh, I have some extra asthma medicine. Let me bring it to you. And she's like, Scrappy's a grown ass man. He could go get his own medicine for real. Ciara and her mom's situation is way deeper. They got a whole lot going on. Like the therapist said, it's all the sisters involved. Like, it's so many people involved in this that they're not going to be able to solve this right here. Ciara's daughter's involved. Like, it's a whole mess. And they need to learn how to separate it and just have their own individual relationship as mother and daughter. And her as a mother, she needs to learn how to have separate relationships with all of her kids. Don't get involved in your kids' issues and nothing but trying to dissolve it. So everybody's at Spice's cowgirl, cowboy themed party, and she says it's in celebration for her album Mirror 25, but also to promote the cast album. So Kirk is mad because him and Rashida are coming to the event separately, and he's like, I don't even know if we're going to talk to each other here, and that's like so awkward and embarrassing. And it is in front of everybody, like a wife and a husband at a party together on opposite sides of the room not speaking. Is crazy. So Mendices just keeps saying he didn't know that was Jasmine's club. He never talked to her. And once he found out it was her club, he never went back. He has too much respect for Kirk or his wife to do that. And Kirk was like, well, that's really coming up because her and Yandy got into it. So Mendices was like, yeah, now I'm a casualty of the war between Rashida and Jasmine because Yandy is team Rashida and her and Jasmine got into it. So Mendices calls Yandy over. I don't know why, because she apparently didn't even know that he ever went to Jasmine's bar, but I guess maybe he just wanted to get in front of it. So he was like, yeah, I didn't know that was her bar. So Yandy was like, yeah, well, this is my first time hearing about this, but I feel like if Mendices wasn't not wearing his ring, this wouldn't open so much opportunity for people to be saying stuff. Like, if you lost it, just go buy a new ring. Or find your ring since you claim that it's lost in the house. So Spice gets on the mic and starts talking about the cast album and says that she's been getting into it with some of her friends because they want to be on the album and she's not sure if she's going to allow them to be. Amy chimes in and says, yeah, and they shouldn't be on the album. But Amy clarified and said that Jessica should be on the album, so clearly she was throwing shade at Ciara and Shekinah. So Spice is performing this song. She stops in the middle of the performance and says, yeah, and they said Scrappy and Amy go together right now, but that's none of my business. Like, what is wrong with y'all? They are so messy, yo. Amy was just laughing and smiling. Scrappy walked over to Spice and was like, we do not go together. She did not tell you that. Now, Amy said they've been talking on the phone, but Scrappy is like, I haven't slept with nobody, so I don't go with nobody. But he's flattered that Amy likes him, I guess. So Chaotic must have been out of the room and missed all of that. So when he came back, Scrappy was like, don't tell him nothing. I don't know if he heard it, but don't tell him nothing. Shekinah messy ass gonna say, Amy trying to fuck Scrappy. Chaotic always lying and exaggerating, going to tell Scrappy that when he fell out at Zell baby mama reveal, Bambi was twerking in front of him talking about all this ass made you fall out. She was not twerking in front of him. She said, was it my thickness? And turned around and said, let me put some pants on. She did not twerk. Like, he always just dragging it. It was a little flirty for your baby dad's friend, but it wasn't as extreme as he tried to make it sound. So Spice was telling Rashida and Jessica about Amy's song, and she was like, yeah, I'm standing on what I said. And then Scrappy had walked by, and she was like, oh, where you going? And everybody was looking like she really want him. Like, so her and Scrappy talk a little bit. They clearly like each other. And now Amy gets on stage to perform this song, which is a diss track to Ciara, Shekinah, and Bambi. Bambi's not there, but the others are. Ciara was dancing for half of the song, didn't realize she was getting dissed until she heard lip filler, and then she realized, oh shit, I'm getting clocked. So Ciara was like, I feel like Amy is clout chasing, but I'm going to go step to Spice, because how you saying you want to do a cast album to bring everybody together, and this is the type of music that's going to be on the album? Spice tried to act like she ain't know the shots was for Ciara. Girl, you knew you was being messy. And Amy was like, yeah, Ciara, when me and Bambi had got into it and you was there, you was throwing shots about my music and my views being low, so catch every stray that you catching. So Ciara told Spice, you being messy, and Spice is like, I'm a producer, this is an album, I don't like that shit, fuck you if you feel like that about me. And Spice was like, well, you said you a rapper, so rap back. So Ciara was walking away and she was like, I love you for real, leave me the fuck alone, because Spice was still following her, and Spice was like, how you love me and you acting like this? So Ciara went and got in the car and the episode ended there. So next week on episode 12, we see Amy say that her talking to Scrap might be a little bit of get back at both Chaotic and Bambi, and Chaotic was like, well, that means you don't value me and your friendship. Bambi finds out about Amy talking to Scrappy, and she's like, if this B want to play, let's play. But it's like, girl, you did it first. And Jock and Kendra are going to meet up with the woman that he was allegedly caught cheating with, and her and Kendra are going to get into it because the woman is going to basically tell Kendra, if I wanted him, I could have him. But I'm not sleeping with him. So I'll see y'all next week for episode 12 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Bye.